He's Jeff King, and he's actually here. I'm Andy Erickson. This is not another shooting show. We go to Columbia, Missouri, where a man was a son of a bitch. That fucking ad blocker jumped in again. God damn it. Oh! Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I open the page before we started recording? Damn it. Columbia, Missouri. Police say a man had, quote, very minor injuries after a gun in his pocket was discharged on Friday night at a North Columbia gas station. I already checked with Modern Asian Dynamics. Mark, it wasn't him.
Good.
First thing I thought of, because he was on last week. You missed Mark.
I did. Very sad.
He said no, it wasn't him. He didn't shoot himself in the leg with a gun in his pocket. So, yay, Mark. Columbia Police Department Lieutenant Derek Moore said the man had a gun in his pocket that accidentally went off while he was at the I-70 Eagle Stop gas station. A bullet grazed the man's knee, and injuries were very minor. The man was detained for an outstanding warrant. The man's identity was not revealed by police officers, and they're still looking for... officers were still looking for the gun when ABC 17, that's where this news story is from, arrived on the scene.
So he lit one off in his pocket and then just threw the gun. Like, nope, not me.
Guess so.
Wasn't me.
I guess so.
Or maybe one of those stories where they later found the cops were like, "Huh, did anyone pat him down? Like, we've only had him in custody for like 14 hours."
Yeah.
No, I guess no one did. Let's go pat him down.
Well, I mean, there's that hole in his pants. I mean, that's like the first thing they do, though, is check the pockets. Is there anything that's going to stick me? My cock! I wonder how many times the cops heard that.
I'm sure it's happened a time or two.
Is there anything that's going to...
I love the video where the cop is like patting the dude down and like goes towards the middle of his crotch. And he's like, "Sir, what is this?" He's like, "Sir, you're holding my penis."
Not seen that one. That's awesome. Oh shit. Well, so I mentioned it in the last episode that I was this cleaning project of moving out of what used to be my gun room and is the future bedroom of my older son. It's a gigantic project, and when you have ADHD, it's so hard to focus because some of this stuff, like, it doesn't have a new home. I have to make a home for it and then move it to that spot. But also, some things are needing to be collated and put together into a container before they can go to that place. It's been a very, very hard ongoing project this winter. But one thing I did not think about when I was moving my gun safe out of the closet in my son's bedroom, or future bedroom, is it's a very important thing that you should do after you move a large gun safe. Any idea what it is, Jeff? Could you guess?
Move the ammunition out of the bottom?
Nope, I actually pretty much completely cleaned out the whole safe.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. No, the only thing that I left in there was like some papers in the cooler bag, and the door's got this wall of pockets.
Yep.
And there's a insulated like Mylar pocket at the bottom for documents and stuff that's allegedly supposed to be safe from a fire, but probably not. No,
yep.
The thing, it became painfully obvious after I used the dolly to move it, and my son was helping me with it. There's 4 bolts sticking 1.5 inches up from the floor.
Oh.
It's like, oh shit. Those can't stay there.
Right.
And I could not remember. I put the thing in 7-8 years ago. I don't remember exactly when it got installed. Somewhere around 2016 or 17, I think. I'm not sure. I remember hammering the anchors in, but all I'm seeing is like these 3/8 inch bolts sticking up out of the carpet. Yep. And how do I? Because you can't be stepping on those. And I'm like, maybe I could just put like big pieces of cork on them or some sort of No, it needs to be removed.
Yep.
And so I'm sitting there thinking like, well, if I was at work, I could go get that Milwaukee bandsaw and just hack it off. But I don't have that. I'm not going to drive all the way there. What do I? And of course, every shooter's number one tool came to the rescue.
The Dremel.
The Dremel! I forgot I had cutoff wheels for the Dremel. So I went out and grabbed my Dremel out of my new toolbox that I have in the garage and put in the cutoff wheel, and I cut off 3 of them, and that 4th one, I couldn't get it cut off all the way, like son of a bitch. And then I finally look at the cutoff wheel, and I have worn it down to the point where it can no longer, like, there's not enough radius left on the cutoff wheel to reach the other side of the bolt without the bolt hitting the drive shaft of the Dremel. So
yep.
I ran out of, so I had to go put another one on. Luckily, I had one more.
You ran out of length?
Yeah, that's what she said. And so I finally got it all cut off. I realized after the first one, I should have probably had a squirt bottle because, polyester carpet, a lot of sparks. I mean, I knew it was going to spark. I've used it before, but I didn't realize the amount of charring it was. And I just thought it was, like the little metal shavings that cooled and were piled up. No, it actually was melting carpet fibers and it wouldn't come off.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, yeah, this carpet was put in God knows when, way before 18 years ago. So, yeah, I'm going to go get some aluminum foil and just put it around the bolts from here on out. And I'm going to grab a squirt bottle. So in case I start something on fire, I have, I do own a fire extinguisher. That probably would have been better than the fucking squirt bottle.
I mean, you always forget all the tools you have when you need them.
I have so much shit. Oh my God, dude. I have so much shit. I'm so jealous of you living in a studio apartment. Like, how many tools do you even own? Like 8?
Well, my dad gave me like a bucket or like a tool thing of them, but I was like, homie, I'm like, it's against my lease to use them. Like, I'm not supposed to work on anything. That's the whole thing.
In the apartment itself, but couldn't you use the tool on a thing you own that's not attached to the building?
True, but I mean,
But you don't want to do that either.
Right. Well, like you said, I have a Dremel, and then
you do. Of course, you have a Dremel.
Everyone should. I use it to cut holsters normally.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I have axes because I'm a fucking child. But other than that, yeah, I don't. If I have a tool, it's because of my business, and even then, I burned out a DeWalt drill because it was like their bottom of the line one, just like the baby's first drill. Well, when you try to use it to like build an actual like business, it doesn't. It's not meant to do actual work. It's meant to like take screws out. So,
yeah, it's basically a powered screwdriver.
Yep. So that got burnt out. But yeah, I mean,
well, if you move your gun safe, kids, make sure you, take those bolts out of the floor afterwards. If you must, I suppose there's a place where you might not need to do that, but in a closet that's carpeted, needed to do that. So I just cut it off and then took a little small sledge and pounded them the rest of the way into the concrete, and all fixed, all done.
All done.
Jeff is going to do some jokes for you all. He sent me some last week, and I'm like, oh, fun. Also, there was a cop whose life was potentially saved because of the shitty pistol the bad guy was using. You'll find out what that is if you go to patreon.com/notanothershootingshow. It's only $3.57 a month. And you will get to hear all of that, plus much, much more in this Patreon exclusive episode. You get the whole thing. It's a full-length show, but you have to be a subscriber. Patreon.com/notanothershootingshow. Also, by the way, you can buy Not Another Shooting Show t-shirts that say,
"It's fucking Tuesday."
So that's at notanothershootingshow.com. Because Patreon will take too much of the money for that, and I found a way to do it, and I don't have to do any of the work. You just buy it, and then they get shipped from somebody else, and I don't have to do shit. It's awesome. Patreon.com/notanothershootingshow. Just $3.57 a month, and you'll get all of the rest of this episode.